Namaste. Welcome to the ShintoSE yoga experience with Shinto self-empowerment. I'm Zanoni Snowflake. So we've got all the archetypal card ready, which we're going to do first, and then the World Unknown Tarot, small pack, large pack, and then the World Unknown Oracle and the World Unknown Journal. So it is the full moon, Leo full moon, also known as the wolf moon and the hunger moon. So this is going to come up, we'll bring that one up with the heart of yoga, because Leo rules the heart. We were just like recuperating, meditating, shuffling the cards, and we watched a couple of our tarot readers. Rob's tarot is one of them, and it was fab. He said, oh, what is it called? It's Jobi, I can't remember the first word, but another name for this full moon is the spirit moon, which is very fitting, because one of the shamanic perceptions is that people that end up in mental hospitals have got an extra strong gift and connection to spirit. And it only happens in the Western world because the Western world doesn't understand it. So there's no help, there's no support, and they get lost in that spirit realm. If you're in a tribal community, you're considered highly gifted, and you're nurtured, you're mentored of how to understand these gifts and these abilities. He also, there's a lot of stuff he said that kind of we'd talked about as well, same but different, which was really good because that's great validation. We can really feel ourselves not having that attachment and that needed support of them as much now, which is fab. We can support ourselves more with delving into the world unknown of our own aspects of our psyche. And we're going back again, so this is the end, and then we go back through the 7 books that we read. So we're on the next chapter of this. So we read the end of chapter 4 last night, and we're on chapter 5 tonight. So we'll do this reading, then we'll do the heart of yoga, and then we'll do this, which is hunting, when the heart is a lonely hunter. So we did just look at the wisdom wheel of Patch Tarot in one of the other readings, and it was said how it's the 5 of swords. So we're in the energies of 5. We're reading chapter 5. None of this is planned. This is just all the divine timing, and we love it because it embeds, it solidifies, it really strengthens. For the ones still in us that are really skeptical, it's really starting to make them believe that, there is connection, this unseen energy is there, and it's aligning, and we're aligning, and we're integrating. The title of this one was Integrating Heart, Mind, Body, rather than Aligning. I still don't fully know why, but I know that those answers come later on. So yeah, it's just amazing, all the synchronicities, the alignments. There are no coincidences in life, in our opinion. So we'll get on with choosing some cards and not talking too much, because yeah, when we do stuff like this, we're dissociating a bit, the time just disappears. Time's a very strange concept, in the realms of subatomic energy, in the realms of spirit. The lower realms, the underworld, the subconscious, the higher realms, the higher self, the superconscious, depending which school of language or interpretation one wants to talk about or say it in. And integrating, I suppose we're saying the answers now, aren't we? Integrating the above and the below and the above to meet in the middle world. the roots of the tree, the fruits and the flowers of the tree, to meet in the trunk, to align and strengthen the physical spine so that it can stay in alignment when the Kundalini energy passes through it with that subatomic energies. The bones of our body hold the ancient wisdom, the ancient memory. The bones of Mother Earth, the rocks of Mother Earth. A lot more static and perceived not to move because the atoms in them vibrate ever so slowly. And the atoms vibrate a bit quicker than the trunks of trees. Still holders of ancient knowledge and wisdom, but not as ancient as the bones, the rocks of Mother Earth. So we're going to pick a card. So the underworld, the subconscious, unaware, unseen energies that we're dancing within in the spectrum of archetypes is number 23. 2 patience, 3 expanded creativity equaling 5 change that brings freedom. The destroyer. But don't have the attachment to the word. It means it's the Pluto energies, the Scorpio energies that we're talking about before. The Scorpio that releases that T-square between Aquarius Sun, the Leo moon with the Jupiter and Saturn energies, and also whatever planet was in Taurus. So, and it's creation and rebirth, death and rebirth, creation and destruction. So it's good energies. It's the ending of old patterns, the releasing of old patterns, making space, creating room. We had the empty room last night for the archetypal energies, so that we've got room to let in the new, because the elemental consciousness of space is the most important, because without space you can't fit in the new fresh energies of the 4 elements: earth, wind, earth, air, fire, water consciousness. And the top aware, seen spectrum of energies that we're dancing within, which is perfect for our evening poem reading that just transpired on the 28th of the candle flame going out. The candle flame had been lit all day. We just got over there at 7:16 p.m. and I think it lasted 50 seconds, actually, the 5 again, and then it went out. So we had to go and get another candle, but then it was darkness, and we did our sounding, we did the Tibetan bowl, and then we brought in the light again. The flame. L is 50 in Roman numerals. It is the flame, isn't it? If we pull 2? No, it is the flame. So, and it's 1, so it's 51. So we are moving from the energies of number 5, change that brings freedom, into number 6, because 5 + 1 = 6, of unconditional love, balance, the midpoint of the Tesla code, the 3, the 6, and the 9, which is the circular system world. So what have we been given? Dun, dun, dun. So similar to the energies of last night, if I'm reading that right. The cave. I don't know, is that backwards for you, or is it forwards for you guys? Because it's backwards for us. But if it's not backwards for us, I think it's backward for you guys. But it's good that we're saying that, because when we watch it back, we'll discover it. So we've gone from the empty room into the cave. And it's interesting that what's she doing with her hand there? If I was to mirror that, the thumb is going up here, and it's like she's got her fingers in this area here, between the baby finger. Your baby finger in reflexology is your sense of security. Your ring finger's relating, your middle finger's working, feeling for your forefinger, and thinking for your head. So it's like she's putting her hands in between her baby finger and her ring finger. So you maybe want to give that a go and gently rub it or massage it, or give like that little, what we're saying about nerve touch, Thai massage, give it a little pluck, because there may be some tension in this area of your hand, which relates to your outer, not quite your outer left body, but your kind of, which to us it does really relate actually, because on the gap of the tooth, that's the gap of the hole in our electromagnetic field, and that pattern, the patternology of the fractal geometry in the rainbow electromagnetic field, we can feel all the way down through there. That's fascinating. And then you've got the star, the candle flame at the top. We would love to read it, but we're not going to because we're attempting to summarize and keep this quickish. So because we're going to go into do the small first. Curiosity, Mother of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles is on the bottom. So we just give a quick shuffle, and we'll choose a card because we don't want to end up with loads coming out like last night. Oh no, let's just flip one over. The Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords is the broken heart, the troubled heart. Swords represents the mind and clarity. So the red rainbow of the rainbow electromagnetic field, the root chakra, has not aligned its foundations properly, and it's come up and it's interfered with the heart, the energetics of the heart. Because of the misalignment at the foundation, everything else is misaligned upwards. So the heart's misaligned, and the heart is all tangled up with the misprogramming from the child, the unhealthy programming, childhood programming that hasn't aligned the sense of security, the heart. So we're in the energies of Leo, the ruler of the heart. We jumped something massive inside us deeply with the other reading when the sun time came on. Sun's the ruler of Leo. So we are navigating through the energies of releasing, untangling the subatomic energetic knots from the root chakra up to the heart that is entangling the heart so much that the swords, the clarity of the mind, elemental air consciousness just can't connect. The mind and the heart can't connect because of all this entangled and miswiring in the energetic fields from your root chakra, your sense of security. But we've got the opportunity at the moment, if we so choose, to embrace the energies and navigate each moment with as much presence as we can, understanding that that presence, our present, might be our past if we suffer post-traumatic stress or complex post-traumatic stress, and that that's okay, and to be with the moment, to be with the pain, to feel the pain, and to give ourselves time to breathe, to go outside and walk barefoot on Mother Earth to ground, for her to take that pain away, so that we can untangle the knots in the necklace, the knots in those rainbow electromagnetic fields, specifically the red, with awareness and understanding that when we do that, things will get a bit worse before they get better. So we need to hold those mantras in our hearts, knowing that it's going to get worse before it gets better, and to talk to ourselves lovingly and compassionately as we would our best friend, as we would a 10-year-old, as we would a 5-year-old, as we would a 2-year-old, a baby. To be, oh, it's shuffled, isn't it? I was going to say to be the Mother of Pentacles, to be our own mother, to create our own new healthy foundations in life. Because we are adults now and we have that conscious choice to do so. Knowing that it's not going to be easy. Knowing that we're perfect in every single moment with whatever chaos is coming out. And to know that we know what's best for ourselves. Irrelevant of what anyone else says or thinks. Even if it's just our distorted perceptions of what we think people think. But knowing that very few people out there in the world actually do unconditionally love themselves. And that's why they can't unconditionally love us or people with these situations, with these ailments, with these disorders, because they don't comprehend it. And we can't give unconditional love to someone else if we can't give it to ourselves. And they can't give it to themselves because they're just in denial, like we're in denial. but we're in denial with awareness and with presence. And it's people like us that have what feels like a perceived harder time of it, because we're being put on this earth for a bigger purpose and for a bigger reason. To step into our raw, our courageous lioness energies, to raise the divine feminine consciousness of the high priestess, Grandma Moon, and to bring those higher frequencies down into the body, and to feel our pain and to dance through it, to come out the other side to the light at the end of the tunnel, at the cave, and to inspire others, leading by example, walking our talk, so that they too can wake up to themselves and realize that everyone learns something from everyone else, especially the young, especially the old, especially the perceived weak, vulnerable, who aren't weak, they're ever so strong. Because when we step out of the drama triangles, out of the victim mentality, we step into our courage, and we step into strength and our vulnerability, and showing our vulnerability. So the unseen, unaware spectrum of energies for the smaller, unseen fractal patterns that goes on is the daughter of wands, the page of wands, the page of fire, an adult new perspective, rather from the ace of wands, a very new beginnings perspective, more of a teenager energies, rebel energies, because we're here to change the system. We're here to wake people up, not through words, but through actions and just being. By being so strong that we shine our own internal light on our own darkness, from our heart, from our stunted generational consciousness, as we grow it up, because we love ourselves unconditionally, we respect ourselves unconditionally, we're authentic, with integrity and transparency. And it's the heart electromagnetic field that radiates so vastly and so bigly that without saying anything or doing anything, just by being who we are, inspires and infects other people in the most beautiful way. And they won't like it at first. It'll be uncomfortable. People don't like going to deep places and having their heart opened. But that feeling will stay with them, and it will keep coming up until they're ready to face their own shadows with their own light. Deep. So the conscious, seen, aware spectrum energies that we're dancing with on the smaller energies is the Father of Cups, the Black Swan. We love the Black Swans. Emotions, the King of emotions, the King of Cups, the King of water. Because although we have these deep emotion, and although we have this deep pain, and yes, we get triggered with the PTSD, a C-PTSD, or no PTSD, just whatever, if there's no label to it, we're having an amygdala hijack. And we've been put into these old states of consciousness, so that each time it happens, the pattern becomes more familiar. We get more glimpses of insight. We get more glimpses of clarity, until there's more clicking, there's more neurons connecting. And then we can wake up slowly, and we can start changing slowly, slowly, gently, gently, softly, softly, those patterns, until they don't take over us anymore, and we're in control of them. And you will feel them coming up, but we'll go, oh, hi, we recognize you're here. We see you, we feel you, we hear you, but it's not quite the right appropriate time at this moment. Can we give you some love and attention later on? We promise we will, and we stick to that promise, and we nurture ourselves and we love ourselves. And then there's this collaboration between all of us inside, and this integration. And integration and wholeness doesn't mean one personality. It means all of our personalities dancing together and supporting each other, so that when one's down and tired and wants to curl up or hide or get angry or do whatever, another one will come in and give them a hug, and it's okay. We're okay. We're all dancing together here. We're talking together. We're communicating together. We're okay. We're okay when we're all together. So in the larger fractal geometry patterning, and we love the little sayings they say in the box. Welcome to the wild unknown tarot. You'll find no wrongs or rights inside this box. Only mirrors. Mirrors for reflection. Open your mind, open our minds, and draw a card and have fun on our journey. And guess what's at the bottom? Number 5, the Hierophant. Father Sky. The divine masculine energies. That's this lower frequency from what we understand to the divine feminine. So divine feminine, higher frequency, divine masculine, then down into the physical world of the feminine, and then down even more to that solid foundation of the masculine. Hence why men still are so in their instinctual primitive and find it harder to shift the anger and that habitual, instinctual, primal, wild man nature. And just out of curiosity, it's the tortoise. Shining retreating into our home, the hermit, number 9, the Virgo. Knowing where we need to be, when we need to be there. Because we're intuitives, we're empaths, we're super hypersensitive. We feel the energy strongly. We feel other energies of other people. But we feel the internal energies of other people that they don't feel in themselves. And we need to know what our shit is. We need to know what our traumas are so that we can know what's ours and what's not ours when we're around other people. And when we're in there and we're getting triggered, and then we take a step back and we breathe and we connect with our body, we connect with our heart, we ground our feet in, we imagine our roots of our body, our nervous system of our body going into the roots of Mother Earth down to our core. Hold on, I don't recognize this pattern. It's not mine. There you go. We can be a mirrored bubble. This is back for you there. No words, no actions. We'll just visualize it in whatever form we visualize it. It might not be through sight, internal sight or internal hearing. We can think it, whatever's best for you, to put that gentle, loving, mirrored bubble around you. Or if you know the other person's more vulnerable and can't handle a mirror reflection back, to put a highest of high vibrational frequency up, because the highest of high vibrational frequencies won't allow those lower vibrations to come in. They'll discombobulate and disintegrate, because we're doing it with conscious awareness. So if the other person we feel intuitively from the heart maybe can handle a gentle reflection or a mirrored bubble around us. But if they're more vulnerable than us and they're struggling, then a high vibrational bubble. We never knew any of that before, and we kept putting up a mirrored bubble. Hence why we lost a lot of people, and they projected their pain back on us. People love being around you when your energy's good, but when your energy's low and your energy mirrors back to them their actions, they can't handle it. Their wound is triggered. Their inner wounded child is triggered. And if they haven't developed self-development, self-awareness, or been with those deeper parts of themselves, because they're always distracting themselves with parties or alcohol or other people or activities, then when it hits them, it's easier just to project that out onto someone else. But when we dance this dance, when we dance this dance and we start understanding ourselves better, something was going to come out there then, but it's gone. Might come out again in a minute. So we're going to choose a card. The subconscious, unaware spectrum energies that we're dancing within in the bigger pattern, bigger picture of fractal geometry, packed upside down. There's the flame again, holding a light on our own inner wounded child. That's it, because when hurt people hurt, and when we go on this journey and realize that actually all there is one's own internal perception of a situation, which creates then the collective interpretation, collective consciousness, and collective consciousness needs to change. And it starts changing from people that are on these hard journeys, because they start realizing they have to shine the light of their own in their own darkness and be the calm amidst the chaos, no matter what chaos is going on in our inner world, and no matter what chaos is going on in the outer world. And then we step out of the victim, because it's like, oh, look, that person's getting angry with us. Oh, it must be terrible inside their world. They must really beat themselves up. Oh, they're sending us a nasty comment, or this or that, the other. We send them love. We send them love because we know it's hard for them inside right now, but we don't have to take any of it on. But any actions that we do, that we say, that we express, that we write, that we think, all gets reflected back to us. So it's in our own and highest good if we always are putting out love, even when we really don't want to. Because eventually that's then what gets embedded and what gets integrated. And it's 7, the spiritual number of personal growth. 7 of Wands again, passion, fire, the heart, to counterbalance the active mind. And it's interesting in reading that Ayurvedic cookbook how garlic and onion emphasizes a higher mind, because we eat a lot of garlic and a lot of onion. So I think we might start cutting out garlic and onion, and it looks like we might still have to start cutting out tomatoes after we finish all the tomato stuff we've got in the cupboard. But we did think that when we grow tomatoes, we might grow tomatoes that are yellow, purple and green, but no red ones. And we're like, but still it's got the same stuff in it, surely, as inflammation. And it may have, but it will have a different, it's a different colour. So it's going to have a different frequency of whatever it is. So I don't know. We'll see what happens and we'll keep you posted. The top, the aware, seen spectrum of energies that we're dancing within. Got the pack upside down again. Is the 8. The 8 of Swords. 8's the number of manifestation. And like 6 is the balance point of harmony in the Tesla code 369, the circular system thinking. 8 is a balance point in linear system thinking, because if you look at it, an 8's the same. It's a circle at the top and a circle at the bottom. And if you put it on the side, it's the sign of infinity. It's our numerological number. It's the caterpillar gone into rest, gone into the cocoon, taking some time out, which is what we're going to do after tonight. And we're going to enjoy it. And we're not going to be scared of it, because we know we're going to be okay. Just like you're going to be okay. Because if you've been brought to this, then we're resonating at similar frequencies. And it may not feel like it, but you have that in you too, or you wouldn't be here, because that's how the subatomic energies dance. Just resting, just waiting until they transform into that beautiful butterfly or the dragonfly, emerging into the pure potential that they are. Beautiful, individual, authentic potential to do whatever it is you are here to do on this planet. And we'll just know in the moment when we're meant to know. And if we're not sure, then we don't need to do it. We don't need to do anything. We just keep with our breathing. We keep with our music. We keep with our writing or our reading or our dictaphone or our grounding or whatever it is. We'll just keep discovering what it is that brings us joy. We'll learn how to play again. We'll learn how to have the childhood we never had. And the cup that we're given is the 5, the 5, the 5. Change, freedom, and there will be challenges along the way, and we'll feel sad and droopy like the horse. But the horses are powerful, strong bodies, beautiful bodies. The seahorse, the ocean, the sea represents consciousness, power in deepest depths of the consciousness. The unicorn, massive extra antennae on your third eye. It's why we find it so hard, because we can tune in to the energy so strongly and we feel deeply. Pegasus. We can fly away with our imagination up into the higher ethical realms. So we can go high, 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 and we can go low, low, low into the sea. So we need to make sure that we stay anchored into Mother Earth so that we don't get pulled off in all these directions that causes the chaos, that causes the confusion, that adds to the pain and the hurt. Because there's the thing of being human is to suffer. But no, being human is to transcend suffering. Because consciousness wants to evolve into the unique expressions of whatever it is. 5 of Cups, 5 of Emotions, 5 of Water. And lastly, intense, beautifully complex and deep, because we can find our way through. Because when you go deep, when you're surfing and you're doing a duck dive, or if you've not got a board at all, and the waves are coming in and they're tumbling you in that washing machine style thing, and you're choking and you can't breathe and it's horrible. You've just got to go, another wave's coming, quick, dive down as deep as you can go. Because when you dive down really deep, you get out of all those currents that just make you get battered about. So yeah, diving into the deep, wild unknown actually is the way to go, because it takes you away from all the masses of different currents coming in. And we've been turning off our Wi-Fi at night as well. So that's awesome. Yeah, we can do this. You can do this. We can all do this together, even if it's not in physical form, it's in an energetic form. I'm showing you, there's another thing in the box. So you ready? 2 feet, 4 feet, scales or hide. May our minds stay open and our wings span wide. Nema, nema, amen, amen. Nema, nema. So, look, there's the butterfly of transformation coming out of the cocoon, or whatever it was it was the conscious one, wasn't it? There it is, the butterfly. We've transformed, we've come out of our cocoon. This is past, present and future all coming together, all aligning with those energies of the expansion and the contraction, from Saturn contracting, Jupiter expanding. We've found that balance, that equilibrium, that beautiful oscillation of the pendulum back and forth in all directions of the circle, the sphere, the ball, rather than the extremes of the high and the low. Because we've released ourselves from the desires of our senses. Pratyahara, the 5th limb of yoga. And the conscious aware scene, so that then once we've anchored ourselves into Mother Gaia's core, we can float away into the deepest depths of ocean, the consciousness, and up to the highest heights of the sky, without getting pulled away, because we're just constantly anchored in. So what is the oracle card to finalize the energies of this Leo full moon? Looks like that one wants to come out. Oh, it's the hyena. We're going to have to read this out, because this came out yesterday, didn't it? I didn't know what it was. So it's the hyena, and the hyena is looking in the direction of the horse. And we've got the moon, the balance of the moon. So it's not new, it's not full. We don't have the extremes of the dark internal or the full moon external. It doesn't matter what Mother Gaia's energies or the moon's energies are. We always know how to dance with these energies to be able to bring those energies back into this gentle oscillation. Because we've got the Pisces, house 12 of the subconscious. We've got the subconscious realm sorted. The fish. We don't need to be scared of it anymore. And the conscious realms. Shh, shh, it's the sound of your liver. Your liver holds anger, resentment, but also forgiveness. Shh. Ah, ah. The sound of the heart. Leo. Shock, shock. That's the thing that came out in one of the younger ones, tarot readings of Yoga of the Tarot. We've got the kiddies yoga cards, and they take the dive to the deepest depths of the subconscious too. So we've got it in reach. We don't have to move anywhere. It's a guidebook that comes with the animal oracle. So what is hyena? That's fire. The triangle that points up is fire. I like this book heaps because it gives you, it says it in balance, it says out of balance, and how to bring back into balance. And we just really like the words. So hyena, and you have to do this when shit hits the fan, because if you don't, things will get really dark. And we did think it was something about trickery or humour. Hyena, fire, humour, wit, sarcasm. The hyena personality is a jokester and crowd pleaser. And generally empaths tend to be crowd pleasers, especially if they've never had anyone to show them a way as a child, because you come in and you balance out and integrate the energy. So you're always doing whatever anyone's energetic bodies needs doing in that room, in that environment. So we never truly find out who we are as children. So we have to find out who we are as children when we're an adult. The hyena personality is a jokester and a crowd pleaser. But below the surface, there are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. When the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your reliance, on sarcasm and humour to express your truth. Are you using jokes to hide old resentments in relationships, or to mask things that you feel uncomfortable discussing? What would happen if you took your goals seriously? When in balance, charming, witty, fun to be around. When out of balance, scrappy, petty, suspicious. To bring into balance, sobriety. Wow, we've definitely achieved that. We haven't had any intake of weed for pain or anything for the longest we've ever gone on without it in, I don't know, I suppose we were probably 19 when we started really doing it. 21 years, 21 to 34, the golden ratio. It's not to say that once one masters themselves and their understanding, that if they then want to partake on odd occasions, it's all about 14, moderation, the temperance, Sagittarius. So, deep 42 minutes. God, where does the time go? Crazy. The Wild Unknown Journal. Kim Kranz, creator of the Wild Unknown Tarot. Welcome to the labyrinth of creativity. And it's the labyrinth that's on the front. A maze with only one way in to one way out. One way in to your inner sight. The creative life opens its gates to all travellers. Whether you are a beginner or a seasoned writer, artist, seeker or dreamer, these pages provide a liberating and meditative space for you to move toward the creative self through writing, drawing, doodling, and envisioning. You embark on a visual journey towards the center of the labyrinth, an odyssey of creative inspiration, and find what is seeking you. Cross the threshold into the wild unknown, a realm of limitless imagination, intuition, and inspiration. And it's just beautiful. You have so many different pages. So you've got on this side, initiate, reply. Vent. I think you'll need a white pen for that one. It's all about the darkness and the void and pure potential. Interpret. Blankness. No words for that one. Oh, look. Enliven, like snake scales. Strengthen, the mountain. I want to go back a bit. Ha ha ha. Grasp. Extend. Hold. Build. Build your own rainbow electromagnetic web. See the spiders. We've got a beautiful spider web video on one of the channels. Hatch. Hatch the egg. Hatch the new you, the authentic you, the truly special, talented you, to continue to embellish. Because when you do that and you smile, the world smiles with you. We want to create an infectious smile all around the world. The whole world travels with you. For Mrs. Parsons, my first drawing teacher. Contents. Introduction. Welcome. What is a labyrinth? What is seeking you? Creative practice. Wisdom from the sage Pantajali. So it's in with the yoga again. It's been a day of a whole variety of yoga, from food to sound to journals. The subconscious knows best, because we didn't plan it out that way, not consciously. Love it. You and I. How to use this journal. What materials to use. In return, my fellow brave traveller. Journal prompts. Embellish, continue, define, adorn, encircle, build, hatch, choose. And if you were to do this, you don't have to do it in any order. You can do it however you want to do it, forwards, backwards, mixed up, whatever. Hatch, choose, enlarge, mirror, envision, emanate, colour, extend, hold, conceal, reveal, brainstorm, connect, illuminate, study, decipher, translate, strengthen, narrate, destroy, regenerate, grasp, flirt, link, obstruct, feel, emulate, drift, electrify, magnify, bless, cherish, intensify, practice, change, distill, interact, complete, gush, glorify, wish, decipher, translate, surround, persist, enliven, ruminate, meditate, match, populate, inhabit, describe, meander, listen, speak, simplify, elaborate, interpret, remember, unite, improve, outline, saturate, fill, imbue, daydream, worship, protect, vent, amplify, multiply, tell, repeat, initiate, reply, simulate, uplift, cut, frighten, radiate, focus, play, yippee! The sun has got his hat on, he's coming out to play. Decode, express, soothe, honour, invent, encode, complicate, muse. It says gradate, but I don't know if that meant maybe gradate. I don't know that word. Is it maybe graduate? Sweeten, grow, heal, exit. Welcome to the Wild Unknown Journal, the labyrinth of creativity. You have now entered. What is a labyrinth? Within the walls of the labyrinth, you will find no direct path and no right answers. In every way, the labyrinth mimics the creative process. No matter what anyone says, there is no universal map. The way cannot be known, but must be travelled. It is difficult, but beyond rewarding. The labyrinth pulls you towards its centre, where for a moment you glimpse the infinite magic of the creative self. Can we reach the centre? I can't pretend to know for certain. My instinct is to say we only glimpse it for brief moments. Why? Because within the centre of the labyrinth, you will find another, deeper, more complex and magical labyrinth, the fractal patterns. This goes on and on and on and on and on, infinitely. Thankfully, there is no perfect. If there were, that would be the end. Creativity, by its very nature, has no finality, only growth. Let yourself be pulled, only once you've anchored yourself in first, towards the center. I'll meet you there. What is seeking you? You do not have to go the whole way on your own. You only have to take the first step. It will meet you along the way, and you will recognize each other like old friends. What is it, you ask? It is the center of the labyrinth, which some may call the self, the spirit, the soul, the great mystery, the abyss. It responds to many names. It is an unknown force that is always, in all ways, reaching out to us. When we connect to it through creative practice or any other means, it welcomes us onto its back. It carries us through the labyrinth of life like a chariot galloping towards the light. That's why he's sad. We forgot our creative power. Mercury time. And now we've got Mercury energies to help us with expression and communication of our mind. And our mind is the Pisces, which is the fish, subconscious. It carries us through the labyrinth of life like a chariot galloping towards the light. We may think we know what we want, what we need, and where we are going. But the chariot carries us somewhere new. This journey is the essence of the creative life. And then it goes on to the creative practice and more stuff, but we're going to leave it there for you to discover it if you want to get this special journal for yourself. Thank you so much, Kim Kranz. We love your work. Such an inspiring lady. Welcome to the Shinto Yoga experience with Shinto self-empowerment. We are, I am, whatever, Sononi Snowflake Purcell. Namaste.